What are the benefits of organic foods for pregnant women? Did you know that as far back as 2012, U.S. organic food sales were $28 billion? And that organic foods have been known to lower the risk of cancer and other chronic diseases? The organic food movement took off in the 1940s following the Green Revolution, and amidst its numerous benefits, growing organic foods is plant-friendly. Today, we'll be looking at 7 benefits that organic foods offer pregnant women. Before we get right to the meat of this video, do like this video and subscribe to this channel for more informative content to help improve your health. What are organic foods? The Green Revolution, or the Third Agricultural Revolution, led to increased agricultural production using scientific research and technology. The revolution also introduced chemical fertilizers on a large scale to the farming process. Organic food farming came as a response to this development. The organic label refers to crops and livestock raised naturally and safely. In essence, growing food organically excludes pesticides and chemical fertilizers. Rather than using pesticides for livestock, it prevents farmers from genetically modifying their livestock and using antibiotics on the livestock. Organic farming emphasizes a clean environment and freedom of movement for livestock to keep them healthy. There are rules governing organic agriculture. These rules vary from country to country. You should keep in mind that organic farming does not entirely exclude the use of pesticides. Still, of the over 300 pesticides available for farmers, only about 15 can be used for organic farming. Benefits of organic food for pregnant women. Nutrition. Pregnant women need all the nutrition to support themselves and the growing child. There's been some research into the nutritional value of organic food against that of conventionally grown food. These studies have shown that organic foods have higher nutritional value than conventional foods. In addition, studies are beginning to discover the links between the methods used in growing organic foods and the nutritional value added to these foods. In a 6-year study conducted on foods produced organically and conventionally, there was a marked increase in the number of antioxidant activities found in organic food than in conventional foods. The study also revealed a higher flavanol content in organic foods. The British Journal in 2016 published a meta-analysis. In the journal, it was found that organic meat and dairy contained 50% more omega-3 fatty acids than their conventional counterparts. The journal further noted that this increase resulted from the more natural diet fed to the livestock. Pregnant women need omega-3 fatty acids, and organic foods contain more than conventional foods. The choice here is easy. No risk of pesticides. Pesticides are a huge deal in conventional farming. They're used to control and keep crops from pest infestations. This in itself is good and helps increase overall plant yield. Fewer pests equal more crops grown, but it has its drawbacks. Pesticides are made up of harmful chemicals to pests. Some of these chemicals are harmful to humans. When these pesticides are used, some of them seep into the crops being grown, and there's no way to extract these chemicals from the crops before they are made available on the market. The human body, on most occasions, can cope with chemical intake, but this could be dangerous for pregnant women. In addition, the stress of carrying a baby takes its toll on pregnant women, making it difficult to cope with the stress of the ingested chemicals. To avoid this altogether, it would benefit pregnant women to stick with organic foods. During pregnancy, nutrients to feed the baby are obtained from the mother's body. A baby in the womb has not developed immunity or resistance to chemicals. Therefore, the nutrients from the mother could contain some chemicals that would be harmful to the baby's growth. Organic foods drastically reduce this possibility, as pesticides are hardly ever used in farming. If they are used, they are often naturally made pesticides with little or no chemical content, making them safer for people in the long run. No risk of additives. Additives suitable for spicing up your meal could be coloring for aesthetics or preservatives to keep food for longer, but some additives could have some pretty damaging effects. For example, it's been found that many of these additives interfere with hormones, growth, and development. This could be dangerous for pregnant women and their unborn babies. With over 1,000 additives on the market in foods, their effects include the following: an increase in birth weight, disruption in early brain development of newborns, an increase in chances of childhood obesity, and other negative impacts. Additives can be found in processed meat, canned food, some packaged food, food dyes, and the list could go on and on. Organic foods do not carry any of these effects because they do not use additives. Therefore, they are safer to consume in these regards. Risk of antibiotics. When raising livestock conventionally, they are given antibiotics to protect them from infections and diseases. While research is still being conducted into the effects on man, negative or otherwise, the impact on bacteria itself could be pretty alarming. Over long periods, bacteria develop resistance to antibiotics. If not cooked properly, these bacteria can wreak havoc for pregnant women, and it might be challenging to get rid of them using conventional antibiotics. The CDC has stated that deaths related to antibiotic-resistant bacteria are about 23,000 in the U.S. alone and could rise to about 10 million by 2050. In addition, the usage of antibiotics on farm animals is a major cause of antibiotic resistance. On the other hand, organic farming uses clean environments and proper care to ensure the livestock doesn't need antibiotics. Even if they get sick, conventional antibiotics can be used for treatment later. The freshness of the food would delight mothers. As you'll see later in this video, one typical drawback of organic food is its shorter shelf life than food grown conventionally. However, as much as this is a drawback, it presents its advantages. When you buy organic foods, you can be sure you're getting them fresh. You're not going to be guessing which organic food is spent too long on the shelf, which might be a problem when it comes to conventionally grown foods. For pregnant women, this means that you can choose to eat fresh farm products with nutrients than food that has lost some of its nutritional value but still looks fresh. As a result, your health would be better off and you'd have more nutrients in your body to properly feed the baby growing in your belly. Compared to its pricing, fresh food would benefit you more than fresh-looking food. Lower risk of preeclampsia. High blood pressure is a sign of preeclampsia, a potentially dangerous pregnancy complication. In women whose blood pressure has been normal during pregnancy, preeclampsia usually begins after 20 weeks. It can result in serious, even fatal complications for both mother and baby. Preeclampsia could be pretty common as it occurs in about 3 to 10% of pregnancies. It can also be traced to pesticides. Organic food drastically lowers the risk of contracting preeclampsia. Lower risk of hypospadias. While ongoing research is still being conducted to find the cause or causes of hypospadias, a relatively rare congenital condition where the opening of the penis is on the underside of the organ, fingers are being pointed at genetic and environmental factors. It's been found through studies and observations that there is a reduced risk of a newborn getting hypospadias when their mother consumes organic foods during pregnancy. There have been signs that exposure to pesticides through the environment or the mother's diet could cause hypospadias. Drawbacks of organic foods. It might not necessarily be tastier. Although organic foods are often found fresh, more often than not, they are not tastier than food grown conventionally. They could even have less taste than their conventional counterparts due to their lack of additives and sweeteners. But what would you opt for, the sweeter option or the healthier option? More expensive. Organic foods are often much more expensive than food grown conventionally. This is due to the careful attention paid to the process of producing them. In addition, it is tasking on the farmer and they have to expend more energy on the crops and livestock. But a few extra bucks should not deter you from buying food with all the benefits already stated. Shorter shelf life. Earlier, we pointed out that organic foods have a shorter shelf life than conventional food. This is a fact. This happens because preservatives are not used on organic foods, making it challenging to keep them for longer. However, if you're buying to eat or use for baking, this should not pose a problem, especially if you're buying from a local market. By now, you should be preparing to change your dietary plans if you're expecting a child, not just for you, but for your baby's well-being too. We're glad you stuck with us till the end of the video, and we're sure you got value for your time. So do leave us a like and subscribe. You should also hit the notification bell to get updates when we release new videos like this. Bye for now!